Look, let's get real for a second, okay? If you told me back in 2020 that I would finally get lean without actually living in the gym, I'd have laughed, okay? I'd have laughed real hard. Then, of course, COVID hit, right? That's when I started to become overweight. And, and I would say that this was due to essentially two things. That is stress eating and, as well as a sedentary lifestyle, right? Basically zero movements, just, video games all day, binge watching movies, TV shows all day, stuff of that nature, right? Now, that all changed, however, when I started to hit the gym real hard, right? And that was starting in summer of 2021, right? I did that about for like 3 months or so, and I completely stopped. And then summer of 2022, I started again and again for 3, 4 months. I hit the gym real hard, and then I just dropped everything. Okay. Now I got stronger for sure, right? I was maxing out the dumbbells, the isolation exercises, stuff like the bicep cable curl, stuff like the tricep pushdowns, for example, right? There was, however, no six pack, right? There was no real leanness to my physique. Now, what if I told you that I finally got lean and developed a six pack without actually going to the gym? Sounds crazy, right? Now, coming up, I'm gonna give y'all 5 lessons that I learned from actually becoming lean after struggling for years. So, lesson number 1, and that is to stop obsessing over the gym. Okay? Look, I used to think going to the gym 5 days a week was the answer to my problem. Okay? Spoiler, of course it wasn't, right? You gotta understand that getting lean, it all starts in the kitchen, okay? Not with the bench press, not with the deadlifts, and not with the squat rack as well, okay? I dropped more fat when I stopped stressing over missed workouts and focused on what was actually on my plate, okay? Look, I know the gym's great, of course, right? But it's not the magic pill. Lesson number 2, and that is consistency always trumps perfection. Okay? Now, what do I mean by that? I used to quit diets after messing up one meal. One meal, okay? Now, of course, here's the thing, and I learned this the hard way too, okay? Eating whole foods at least 80% of the time is going to be more than enough, okay? You gotta understand, no six pack requires 24/7 of chicken, broccoli, and salads, for example, okay? Third lesson, your mindset is everything, okay? Look, let me tell you one thing. Stop chasing shredded and start chasing health, okay? I used to be obsessed with shredded and lean, okay? The concept of it, right? Instead, what I suggest is you gotta shift your mindset towards becoming stronger and more energized, okay? You really gotta understand one thing, and that is stress. It kills your progress, okay? I remember when, I was having a bad day and I went to the gym and just went so hard, right? And the next day after I wake up, there's just, crazy pain, coming from my shoulders and, coming from my chest as well, right? And what I didn't realize is that I actually injured myself and I couldn't bench for at least a month, right? It just shows you what one bad day can do, right? It set me back a month, and you know that's not good. And I don't want you to be like that as well. Okay? So what I suggest is, just chill out, enjoy the journey, and the mirror will catch up as well. Lesson 4 is prioritize your sleep. Okay? Look, you gotta understand. You gotta sleep like your abs depend on it, okay? And what I mean by that is, I want you to get at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep each night, okay? When I started doing that consistently, you know, my cravings vanished, my energy skyrocketed, and I also stopped binge eating at midnight, okay? Look, your body burns fat all day, okay? When you're in a calorie deficit. It also burns a lot of fat when you're at rest, okay? So, what I suggest is if you're not doing this right now, ditch the Netflix, the Hulu, the Peacock, the late night binging, TV, movie, whatever you binge at midnight, okay? Ditch all of that, okay? Your metabolism is going to thank you a lot. Final lesson, and that is to ditch the scale, okay? Look, I stopped weighing myself and I started tracking how my pants fit, my energy levels, and as well as how my workouts felt, okay? These kinds of small, wins, I would say, they, kept me going. They kept me motivated, especially when progress was slow, okay? And you just got to remember, okay, they add up faster than you think. And there it is. These were the 5 lessons I learned from finally getting lean. There was no crazy diets. There was no gym rat behavior. It was just real, sustainable habits, right? Now, if this resonated with you, you should comment down below, okay? And let me know which lesson surprised you the most. And also, subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this.